Hi everyone. I'm so excited to be tuning in today. Thank you so much for, constantly following the monthly updates. I almost didn't show up today because life has been life but I'm excited that I'm here now. And I just wanted to say that my light now works. Although you'd realize that I do not have my video turned on today. Just so many things I'm trying to catch up with, and I know that I have to come live at least once a month, and I would rather just do that at the end of the month. And then I realized that tomorrow is the start of a new month, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna come live. And but I'm gonna do better at making sure that I show my face, right? So I show up here once a month. I feel like that's the least I could do, honestly. And yeah, so these are the things that I'm going to be talking about for February. And the first is grant class. I did mention that I registered for a grant class in January. And, the first week of the grant class, I realized that it wasn't tailored to like startups. Meanwhile, before I registered or even paid for the class, I had asked if, you know, it was specific to like founders, not necessarily founders, but if we do cover curriculums and dynamics of the startup world. And then they had said yes. And then I went in and realized that they were just talking about NGOs, no specific angle for real life or that captures the nuances of raising and getting grants in the startup world. And I feel like that class, just literally validated everything that I already know. And anywho, the promise for the class was that you're able to like get your a refund if you test out the class and you see that you didn't get value. So I dropped out of the class basically. I dropped out of the grad class. Did that stop me? Will that stop me from applying to grants? Absolutely no. I think I applied to two programs in February. Yes. And that brings me to the next thing, rejections. Oh my gosh, I got quite like a handful of rejections this month. And, I mean, I guess that I've had a lot of rejections last year. I grieved so much last year over several things at different points as a founder, nothing, personal, but as a business person, that I understand that it's okay to grieve, if it's 10 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, if I'm in between work, it's okay to carry it in between work. At the end of the day, you gotta fail forward, right? And then a single event cannot inherently determine the success of your startup, right? So I applied to a very big fellowship this month. I thought I was gonna make it my, because I've been getting better with pitching. I've even, updated our pitch and video pitch and all of that. And I was so bummed up because we have plans for this year, and I'm like, yee, I'm like, this is something I'm so giddy about. And I saw like the past winners. I'm like, should be able to get into this now. And lo and behold, I didn't get in. And they sent me this very personal note, but I was still annoyed. Not at them, just that it didn't work out. So I guess I handled that the way I've been handling any kind of rejections this year. But in another news, I got into another pre-accelerator. So I'm currently in VMT, but VMT has this structure, and then I got into like another pre-accelerator that's based in the Netherlands. And so that is an immersion program. So it's also like 8 weeks, and then we meet every week, we study every day. And you know that's where I am now. I'm sticking around for the growth program. But obviously, one of the things I'm looking forward to getting into this year, or looking to get into this year, is an accelerator. I've done a pre-accelerator. About time I move into an accelerator, honestly. And another great thing is that we are live. So Zago Tours is live. Our platform now works. I'm excited. It's been a whole journey, and I'm glad that finally it's all come together. I'm glad that I can now begin to reach out to our wait list. I'm glad that I can then now begin to make other moves. Of course, being live means that it's a lot of work that we have to do right now to start converting folks. But I would rather be in that state than waiting to go live for ages. Yes, I already mentioned that I got into another pre-accelerator. And one of the things that I was going to share is working with my interns. I told you I have interns last month. It's been a lot of lessons in itself. And I think it's beautiful how we even like get to share this face together. And just, I mean, I met with them yesterday and I was talking mindset because what we need as a team to get into where we are now, like pre-launch, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing that will carry us through post-launch because now we're talking results, we're talking numbers. And so just like how when I started my 100 journeys in 100 days, we now have a target for the month and we're all working like actively towards it to ensure that it becomes a reality. Before we launched, I think 2 weeks before we launched, I kind of started feeling like some internal pressure. Of course, not something from the external, but I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna be going back to people. How is it gonna be? How are we gonna get it together, basically? And I feel like that was just my operator brain overdoing stuff. And so I like let it linger. And I guess I'm saying this to say that feel the feels, let the chills take its course, but still do the stuff that you've set out to do. I guess you'd always have feelings. Yeah, but whatever it was, that internal pressure that I was putting myself on, that I felt last week, I no longer feel it. Right, the moment we went live, I'm like, okay, I have like 35 on my wait list. Let's schedule when is next demo. What am I meeting? What am I having a chat with? And so basically, I'm doing aggressive work for the next phase of the business, right? And I guess that's an interesting thing to do. I guess that's an amazing to do. And that thing I don't have to say on February, but it happened in between is that I don't think that people talk enough about the dynamics, the administrative work that you have to do when you're running a global brand. Gosh, I've literally been struggling with company's house. I've not been able to do a confirmation statement. Well, it works now, but it was a lot. And then I realized that we have to start paying insurance because it's travel. I mean, we just have to insure people, right? So we have to do employee insurance, and then we have to do like company insurance kind of thingy, and it's a subscription, and it took a lot of research to get there. Wow. I mean, but we're here now. Yeah, I mean that's what's happening on my end. Next month, which is like March, it's just a lot of like going back to all the contacts, personal buttons, activating people, and then I guess getting our first few bookings in. Of course, it is intense. We think that it is intense in the team, but we're finding a way around it too at the end of the day. And that good thing that I think I was able to do this month is systematically reshuffle people, right? So, for example, I have like a social media person and I'm like, oh, okay, before social media, we're doing 3 posts a week. Hey, you know what? Let's just cut down to two. And then we need to start doing DM outreach. And so basically for us, we're focusing on first the most cost effective way to get clients, which are results of the tests that I've done last year, the most effective scripts, and then getting people into those things that have worked. I mean, basically right now, we're not even re-engineering anything. The 100 journeys in 100 days was a lot of data for us, feedback. And so that's like what's shaping our marketing right now. Let me know if in the coming month, you want me to talk about what we're doing around marketing now, how we're acquiring customers. I'll be more than happy to share with you. Right now, because we're bootstrapped, we're not spending money on acquisition, but we're spending time, we're spending effort, we're spending mental work. And I feel like that's a lot, right? So, and that's why I feel like we have to leapfrog whatever we have right now so that a couple of months from now we would have like ample room or to just do some more things, make money. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. The moment I discussed, so I've always been thinking, oh, we're going to get bookings in, but then I put a number to it. And after putting a number to it, I segmented it, right? So the list that we have now, we have corporates on that list who have branches in like over 30 countries. I looked at my list and I said, okay, how many corporates do we have? I think we have like three. Then we have like host agencies, we have like two. Some of them have like 500 plus advisors. Then we have communities. Some of them have like 1,000, 10,000. And so I began to work around the structure around the leads that we currently have right now. And it has really, really like simplified stuff for me. It's made me believe, know that is possible. And then it's put me in a place where mentally I am not looking for motivation. I'm not looking for something outside of me to think that this is possible. I'm saying this is possible. I'm going for it. I don't care what stands in my way, but in my mind it's possible. And one of the things I've seen happen with me over time is that when I say I want A, even though I'm aware that A is not achievable, my brain begins to function at the optimal level
where A not necessarily not does not only become a possibility, but it pushes past A. And that was the things that was one of the important thing that the 100 journeys in 100 days was able to do for me. Right. So I realized that the moment I push, my cognitive effort and load increases, and then it seems as if my energy also like increases to match that. Sorry, too many founder psychology, but I feel like if you're a founder, you also like need to understand yourself, especially if you started solo or if you're still running solo, and you know get yourself together. And one of the things I've been thinking about a lot this month is community. As a founder, what founder communities are you on? I have a few I'm on, then I have some events that I attend to. But in recent times, I've not attended any event. I've just stayed in my prayer accelerator and just having my head down and doing the work. But are you guys in any community? What communities are you in? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next month. Bye.